Alright, got a new pickup I'm really excited to show you guys today. As you can see by the title and this box, it's going to be a pair of New Balance 550s. I've been eyeing this model for a while now, several months, pretty much since Aime Leon Dore came out with their collaboration. I've been really wanting a pair of these, and just about 2 weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to catch a restock. Quick funny story behind this pickup. I was actually at work one random morning, again about 2 weeks ago, and I got a DM from the homie Dylan through my Instagram. Basically, he sent me a link through Hibbett Sports, letting me know that they had a restock of this model. Of course, because I wanted this model really badly, I had to find a way to cop it through my phone, so I had to excuse myself, went to the bathroom, and basically copped it through my phone. And so I was lucky enough to catch it before they sold out eventually. And so 1 week later, here we are. So yeah, shout outs to Dylan. He has a really cool YouTube channel, and I encourage you guys to check it out, especially if you're really into sneakers like that. He has a really awesome collection, and his collection is really extensive. I would say that my taste is very similar to his, although of course his collection is way better than mine. Either way, check out his channel when you get the chance. I'll leave the link down below. Alright, so in this video, I just want to do a quick overview of the materials, talk about sizing and fit, and actually give you guys my opinion on how well these shoes perform in terms of like running, exercise, and basketball. So as soon as I got the notification that they showed up on my doorstep, I was just super excited to get home and unbox these. My initial reaction as soon as I took these out of the box is that these are clean. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I love my share of retro-inspired sneakers, and this is no exception. It's sneakers like these that bring me a lot of nostalgia and bring me back to the 90s, basically the era where I grew up, and I was really into sneakers just like this one. Speaking of which, I think this model technically originated in the 90s, and then they were pretty much in the vault for the last 20 or so years until just recently re-released again and made popular by their collaboration with Aime Leon Dore. So just a quick overview of the materials. Starting with the upper, you can see that most of this is made of perforated synthetic white leather, as you can see on both the lateral and the medial sides of the shoe. And just based on the touch, the quality of the leather is not great. It's very generic and standard. When you push on the leather here, you can see that it does wrinkle quite a bit. So to be honest, I don't think these would look very good after they've been creased for a while, but that's just my guess. The leather runs through the toe box here, and then over the front with the mud guard, you can see that it's this nice gray suede. As we move up through the tongue of the shoe, you can see the little hits of mesh. Pretty much most of the tongue is made of mesh. You have the little green hit of mesh right there, and then white here. And then on the patch of the tongue, you will see the Caterpillar basketball logo on both sides. As we migrate towards the rear part of the shoe, you can also see the little hit of white mesh right here. And this same material runs along the Achilles and the heel area of the rear part of the shoe. This hit of green on the ankle part here is pretty much the same leather that we mentioned earlier on the middle panel and the toe box. On the actual back part of the shoe, you can see the New Balance NB logo on both heels. And when you move down to the midsole part, at least on the lateral side, you'll see the same NB logo here, and then the New Balance wording moving forward here. On the medial side though, there's nothing really on the midsole. And then as we move to the bottom of the shoe, you can see that the outsole is a majority green colorway to match pretty much the green theme here. But you'll see the little text non-marking sole. My guess is that with these soles, if you were to wear these indoors or over surfaces such as wood or tile, these should not leave any marks or scuffs. So to be honest, I'm wondering in this case if New Balance designed these in mind that these should be worn indoors or for actual indoor basketball play. As you can see by the tag, these shoes did come with Ortholite foam insoles. And so I feel like I've used Ortholite before in another sneaker. I'm pretty sure they were Reeboks. I just don't remember exactly which pair. Either way, my vague memory of Ortholite is that they are comfortable. And so just taking these insoles out, they're pretty much no exception so far. First impressions, there's some, maybe about 1 or 1.5 inches of depth, but the pinch test, they're really soft, really plush feeling. So I don't doubt from a comfort or just a casual walking standpoint, these will be pretty comfortable, at least on the soles of your feet. As you may or may not know, these are a retro basketball sneaker. I'm not sure if New Balance has been pumping out this model as of recently with intentions of actually promoting the shoe as a basketball sneaker or just more so a casual lifestyle sneaker, but because these were a retro basketball sneaker, I thought I'd put them to the test. So the question is, do these shoes actually perform well with basketball? I decided to just take these out for a day or two, just doing some little basketball drills and running, jumping, warm-up type of exercises and basketball routines, just to get a little bit of a first impression. Based on the short amount of time that I actually spent trying to run in these, my quick answer is definitely not. So my first impressions, to be pretty blunt, but these sneakers are pretty much garbage when it comes to performance. To be honest, I don't even think I'd be comfortable enough trying to actually lace these up for a full-on game, but just the warm-ups alone, I already knew, or I just had a feeling that these would not do well, performance-wise. So there's a couple reasons why I'm saying this. Reason number one is the lacing system. I don't feel like this upper and this lacing system is at all catered to performance. If you look here, you see these two wings on the forefoot aspect of the upper here. They have this appearance that they're a separate overlay, but these overlays are actually fake. And what I mean by fake is that they're pretty much glued and attached to the upper, and they're not a separate entity at all. If you think of this like, you know how certain jeans and zippers have a fake fly? It looks like it's an opening or zipper, but it's really not. Or if you have other pairs of pants where you have like a fake pocket, that's pretty much what this reminds me of. Like, it has the appearance of being detachable, but really it's not. And I think that is unfortunate in a sense where by having it loose, it allows for more adjustment and more of a better fit. But because this doesn't do that, it makes the lacing system not good for performance. So just another example, what I'm referring to is with my Pumas here. You see in this part where it actually detaches, or it's a separate piece that you can actually spread and flare away from the tongue and the upper. This allows you to have a more proper and customizable fit, which helps with the lock-in and the comfort. But again, with these, because they don't come loose at all, it just allows for very limited customization in terms of fit. Another reason why these did not perform well for me was because of the inner lining of the shoe. This inner lining that lines your ankle and your Achilles tendon just feels very smooth and slippery, and so I was getting quite a bit of heel slippage in the shoe even when I tried to lock the laces in as tight as I could. Basically, with this heel slippage, I was getting no rear foot reinforcement whatsoever. Another downside from a performance aspect is this midsole, this rock hard midsole. This midsole just basically is very firm, if not borderline hard and rock solid. The Ortholite insoles provide a little cushioning for your foot, but when it comes to actual jumping and hard landing, these midsoles provide no impact protection whatsoever, so it just feels really hard when you're landing on the ground. I don't even know if there's like actual foam in this or if it's what material this is, but it's just freaking firm as heck. My go-to basketball sneaker is actually the James Harden sneaker, and of course the midsole is Boost here. And so when I'm jumping in these, it feels very forgiving, or I feel like I have a lot more bounce. Contrary with the New Balances, of course, with it being very firm, I had no bounce whatsoever, and it just did not feel forgiving with landing at all. So granted, basketball sneaker technology has really evolved and changed over the past few decades. I will still never understand how professional athletes used to play basketball in sneakers like Converse Chucks and Jordan 1s. Pretty much that's a foreign concept to me at this point. These days, we've been a lot more spoiled with the likes of Boost technology, advanced lacing systems, and just a lot more thoughtful engineering put behind basketball sneakers to improve performance. So pretty much this day and age, this New Balance sneaker is really obsolete. So speaking of which, let's talk about sizing. With these, I went with a 9.5, which is my true to size in terms of New Balance sneakers. For me, I felt like they did just fine from a casual wearing standpoint. Other videos I've watched also had complained about the heel slippage issue that I mentioned earlier. And also I've heard of complaints about the mid-foot portion of the shoe being a little bit wide. For me, again, I went true to size, and with casual wearing, it feels like it pretty much did the job. I don't know if I could have went size down, but if I did, it would have been pretty snug in the mid and forefoot part. In my opinion, if you have regular to wide size feet, true to size should be fine. But if you consider yourself to have pretty skinny and narrow feet, you might want to size half to a whole down. But again, that's just my opinion. So if you have any other questions or concerns about this sneaker, don't hesitate to reach out to me and I'll help you the best I can. If you made it this far into the video, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It'll really help me out a lot. And consider subscribing if you're into more sneakers, style, and science related videos. While you're at it, be sure to check out my previous New Balance and basketball related videos. Otherwise, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Peace.